So what do all these babies have in common? Well, they're all born here in the United States of America. And because of this, they're all American citizens. And they all have birth dates. And when they're 18 years old, they get registered to vote. For citizens, it should be a straightforward process to register. Based on the information in the voter rolls, it appears that many of our citizens do not know their birth dates, which is information required on the voter registration form. In fact, it appears that tens of thousands of New York State voters don't know their birth date. No birth date? No worries. Our public officials will give you one. How about January 1st? Pick a year. This is data from the New York State voter rolls, which our researchers have analyzed. Here we see more than 37,000 more registered voters born on January 1st than any other day. We know the national birth rate is not higher on January 1st. So why are so many people showing up with the January 1st birthday? Public officials tell us if the birth date is unknown, they assign a January 1st birth date. This is problematic, and we wonder if other states had the same anomaly. So our researchers took a look at the data in the voter rolls in Florida. Here we see no more registered voters with January 1st birthdays than other days of the year, and certainly not 55% more like in New York State. So why are there so many January 1st birth dates in New York State voter rolls? Election or agency staff may input January 1st during registration when exact date of births are unclear, either out of convenience or system constraints. Government databases, including the Department of Motor Vehicles and voter registration systems, sometimes default to January 1, when the real birth date is unavailable, unknown, or omitted. This can also happen when digitizing older paper records, where the full birth date wasn't recorded. In addition, U.S. immigration authorities often assign January 1st as a default date of birth for individuals, such as immigrants, who arrive without documentation or are unsure of their actual birth date. These individuals may later register to vote, legally or otherwise, especially in states like New York, where voter ID requirements are minimal. Further confusing voter registrations is the fact that New York State issues driver's license numbers to illegal immigrants that can be used to register to vote. In addition, many illegal immigrants are also issued Social Security numbers, which can also be used to vote. This graph shows information from the Social Security Administration, indicating that in 2024, over 2 million non-citizen Social Security numbers were issued, with a total near 4 million in the last 3 years alone. Equipped with a driver's license and a Social Security number, it's easier to register to vote. So this begs the question, how many of our extra 37,000 registered voters are non-citizens? The January 1st anomaly discovered by our researchers is just the tip of the iceberg, and indicative of more widespread and systematic problems. It's time for public officials to step up and do their jobs, and investigate these anomalies, and restore voter confidence. Project Civica looks forward to working with our public officials. For more information, contact projectcivica.org.